I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Enter Bruce Lee.
I mean, that's Bruce Lee in a nutshell. Over and over and over, he did the same thing, and it shows in the technique because there's no wasted energy. There's no wasted movements. Everything he does with a purpose. He goes in there with an idea of what he's trying to accomplish, and he gets it done. Bruce Lee is the absolute best. Bruce Lee is the man.
His grappling, his takedown defense figure to be tested here tonight. There aren't that many guys who are going to want to stand and trade on a napkin in the center of the octagon with the great Bruce Lee.
No, if you're fighting Bruce Lee, you're shooting for takedowns right away.
Bruce Lee, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce effing Lee. One of the most beloved fighters in all of MMA, and yet again, back on the proving ground tonight. So here he is, MMA's human highlight film, Edson Barboza. When he knocked out Terry Edom with that wheel kick at UFC 142, I thought the arena was going to crumble to the ground. I have never felt an arena shake like that before, and it's been one highlight after the next for Barboza ever since.
And that highlight, that kick, will be shown long after Edson Barboza is done fighting. It's one of those things that will stand the test of time. And it's because he's able to set things up in so many different ways, from the body kicks, to the leg kicks, to the great hands. That's why Terry Edom didn't see that. There's no wind-up to anything that Edson Barboza ever does. He's one of the most brutalizing strikers that we've ever seen step foot in the octagon.
And the only thing that has eluded him, of course, is a UFC title. Let's see if he can move towards that goal with another one. One of the best in the business, Herb Dean, is our referee tonight. Good. All right, here's Bruce Lee getting ready for another UFC start as we begin round one. So fast, so quick, so good at setting up striking angles, and it's hard to simulate the speed in training. I know the opponent has talked a lot about trying to find training partners to simulate Bruce Lee. Easier said than done. Bruce Lee trying to get off to a good start tonight. Oh, roundhouse kick lands. Early connection with the left from the champ. All right, so the taller fighter lands a knee, and Daniel Cormier to my right, I can hear him saying, I wish I was a little bit...
Nice combination lands to the head. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Big power shot there.
Nice shot there by the champ. Oh, nice. Beautiful body kick.
Punch to the body is blocked. Oh, big roundhouse attempt, just misses. That could have been lights out.
Beautiful body kick.
Misses again with a right punch.
That is a damaging kick that lands.
So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for Edson Barboza.
Relax, relax. Keep your hands up.
Counters with that inside low kick. And that one certainly found the target. Oh, these leg kicks are really starting to pile up in this round as he continues to beat up that leg of his opponent. Lee gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line.
Oh, he hurt him bad with a jab. Big inside kick.
Strong hook lands. to the head, blocked. Just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, big roundhouse attempt, but unable to land. All right, so a good series of kicks by him there. He has mixed it up beautifully, I think, on the feet tonight.
He is kicking everywhere tonight. He's doing a fantastic job. Oh. Yeah, he hurt him real bad. He's still hurt.
Oh, wow. How about the roundhouse kick? Checks the leg kick. Beautiful straight punch there by Lee.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Landed that left hook. Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strikes.
Well, his opponent has not done anything to deter him. He should keep doing this, keep going to the well until his opponent finds an answer, because right now, he seems lost to it.
Well, it didn't take him long to get a good read on his opponent. Another good series of kicks there.
He thought the kicks would be the key tonight, and they sure have been.
All right, so that calf starting to show some signs of damage a little bit.
Taking too many leg kicks. Got to check them.
Both fighters throwing heat now. Effective jab there by Edson Barboza. Well, he misses with the left punch there. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, so that round is in the books. Lee's got a cut to deal with above the eye, or perhaps better put, the cut man has got to deal with it. We'll see if he can stop the bleeding. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC, and how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper, and it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, second round underway. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put these two in the octagon. So even though it wasn't crazy, you got to see high-level mixed martial arts.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
That leg kick lands. Oh, that's a big hook to the chin. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Flipped him with the right hand there. Counters with a leg kick. Heady stuff there by Barboza. And follows up with another one. And both fighters exchange in the pocket.
Look at the redness on his body, man.
Let's go. Let's cut. Work that cut.
Barboza going for the leg kick. He does not connect. Straight punch is true. Oh! Beautiful combination there by Lee. Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You got to go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's ripe for the picking. Go and pick the fruit.
This pace is just absurd, and he has kept it up throughout the fight. Shades of Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar, punches in bunches.
I mean, being there, watching Max Holloway do what he did was super impressive. So to even list his performance alongside that tells you how this guy is fighting tonight.
Oh! Huge kick to the head. Right hook attempt, that's a miss. All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. You know, sometimes when you play basketball, you're in the zone. This dude's in the zone.
This guy's throwing his basketball in the midst of the ocean. He can't miss with anything that he throws. Every kick lands, every punch lands. He is just outclassing this guy on the feet. You've got to find a way to change the way that this fight is playing out, or your night's going to end very early.
Well, I think I can smell the blood at this point in time. That canvas didn't look like that a few fights ago. Blood is flowing from that cut with every passing strike.
Every strike. And it burns. John, it burns so bad. When you get cut like that, every time a shot lands, it just burns. So this guy needs to try to find a way to not take and limit the damage he's taking to this cut. Easier said than done, though.
So a much different approach from him here in round two. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round two. 90 seconds to go now. Lands a right hand out of that exchange.
He checked that last one.
Keeping busy now, connecting with those punches. Oh, trying to turn out the lights with that roundhouse kick, but just misses. Both fighters starting to open up a little bit. Under a minute to go, round two. Oh, man, that kick looked like it hurt. Well, some fighters, when they get cracked in the mouth, they respond well. He got stunned earlier in the round and hasn't really recovered or gotten back into things.
People react differently, right? Some people just get back going. He's having a hard time building his way back into this fight.
What a beautiful combination from the technician, Edson Barboza. No longer training in the New Jersey area, now at American Top Team in South Florida, and really finding his groove under Pahumpa and the rest of the crew there in Coconut Creek. Oh, that's bone on bone. Nicely done with the high kick. Final seconds of the round. Round three next.
Stop.
All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. All right, back to the stools for 60 seconds. That gives us a chance to re-rack some replays, including what we believe is the strike that caused the cut on his nose.
Yeah, beautiful strike that lands, causes this cut, opens him up on the bridge of the nose. It's not a bad cut, but if he continues to go forward, his opponent is a sniper, and he's going to keep hitting him in that same spot. Move your head. Really choose the times in which you're going to advance to try to get to this guy. You got to be careful, though, because he is so good at picking his shots.
And, of course, it's hard to know the extent to which that has compromised his breathing, but that corner was fired up. They want him to be more defensively sound as this fight continues. Barboza's really limping now. Clearly, the leg kicks have had the desired effect. I'm not sure how many more of those he can take. Nice display of technique by him there on the side kick. Now we'll see if he can follow it up.
Very traditional technique that a lot of guys are using now in the UFC.
Nice crack there. Went for the inside leg kick. Beautiful timing and placement to land the flying knee. Great block there. And there it is again, right on cue. Another strike targeting that compromised area on the calf.
It may be about time for him to switch stances. He's got to do something different to deter him from this approach.
Trying to do damage now with the kick. That's a miss. Oh, massive kick lands flush.
Nice kick, yep.
Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down here tonight. I'm not sure how much more his opponent can take. That punch no good. He's taking aim at that cut right now. A strong decision by him to land strikes on an area that he has already done significant damage on. Just over 3 minutes to go now. Barboza gets tagged by that straight punch. Nice land for the offense there.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Big left hook coming, it's blocked. Well, he's had next to no answers for the body shots here tonight, and now some redness really starting to develop on that side.
We're starting to see the damage. We're starting to visibly see the effect that all these body strikes are taking on this guy. He's got to do something different. And he's got to be very careful, because look for his opponent to go over the top now that he set him up. Digging kicks. When both are prepared, these are the types of fights that we expect.
With 2 minutes and change to go in round 3. Going to the body now with the kick. That one is blocked, though, by Barboza. Oh, he continues to land a high number of strikes in this round. Really hasn't let up when it comes to his aggressiveness. Certainly have to be mindful that you don't gas out, but you gotta like the output on display here. Oh, rips the body shot there. Checks that leg kick.
Nice knee there.
Well, if this fighter gets back to the stool, he's going to get an earful from his coaches. Confidence seems to be abandoning him.
Yeah, you can kind of see him looking to survive as opposed to winning the fight. When you're in there, you are there to win a fight, not just be standing at the final bell.
Leg kick lands, nicely done. Under a minute now to go in the round. Lee gets tattooed by that straight punch. Went for the inside leg kick. Barboza's been dealing with that cut on his nose for a while, and now it is just pouring blood. Nicely timed kick to the body for the champion. And blocks the shot there. 20 seconds to go. Lee's really limping now, folks. Looks like the leg kicks are really starting to pay dividends for his opponent. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the fighter heads back to the stool, and man, that is a severe cut that he's dealing with. We'll see if they call in the ringside physician. All right, well, defense wins championships, and perhaps he can shore some things up there. Here are some replays from the damaging previous round.
Well, he's got to. He's got to change some things if he doesn't want this cut to get worse. But hats off to his opponent. His opponent found the target. His opponent knew exactly what he wanted to accomplish, and he got it done. He's got to continue down the path in order to make the cut worse.
Ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now. Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. 4th round is underway. What is the fighter's mentality when you enter those seminal championship rings?
You understand that you are getting close now. The night is almost over. The goal is within reach now. 15 minutes down, 10 to go. You tell yourself you can do anything for 10 minutes.
landed a big knockout in the previous round, and you can just tell his confidence is growing from here.
His confidence is through the roof, as it should be. He's doing a great job right now of landing strikes. He just now has to find the one that's going to end the night.
Oh, a huge block there.
It's okay. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
Beautiful leg kick lands.
Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this one.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been beat up. It's a very competitive fight. Let's see who has the heart to carry them through these very tough moments. Oh, nice.
All right, so yet another flush calf kick. A lot of fighters would probably be looking for a way out at this point in time. It seems like he can barely stand.
He can barely stand up. His leg has been beaten. His opponent came in here with a game plan, knowing that he wanted to attack that calf. It's exactly what he's done, and he's well on his way to a victory.
Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4. Heavy leather landed on both sides in that exchange.
Great defense on display there. Over and over, this guy's getting hit right in his face.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Just over 2 minutes to go. Lee's left leg is damaged now. You can see he is limping. It was that last kick from his opponent that appeared to do the bulk of the damage. Oh, and he lands yet another knee. And sometimes it pays to be the taller fighter, DC. I know you can't necessarily relate.
Can't take many of those. You better check. But he needs to check one of these kicks. He has to discourage him from throwing this kick over and over again.
Decent right hook attempt, but it's no good. Some nice power there with the left hook upstairs. Barboza's really bleeding heavily now. That cut is only getting worse by the minute.
Good jab there by the champion.
Him with the straight hand there, beautifully done by Barboza. Nice execution on the teep. Under a minute now to go. So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. We got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Lee gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there. 20 seconds now remain in the round.
Hands high, hands high.
10 seconds remaining in round 4.
Great setup. That was a nasty high kick.
Horn sounds for the end of round 4. All right, there's the horn signifying the end of the round, and he heads back to the stool, and hopefully he can stay in this fight because that is a severe cut that he's dealing with right now.
He doesn't want to be in this fight anymore, okay?
Well, that was a damaging 5 minutes. We'll see how he can recover over this 60 seconds. We'll show you some replays now from that previous round.
He was on the receiving end of some big blows, and he wasn't moving his head well. His head was on the center line. He was a stationary target, and his opponent opened up a nasty cut on him. He has got to move his head to limit the damage that he's taking.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round. Oh, that's a sharp hook there by Barboza. Beautiful kick there. Nice counter shot there. Oh, there's the head kick. It's blocked. Lee gets tagged with that jab. Pretty good weapon for him tonight. For him, but for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight.